It's high school madness tonight, the fourth game of the week on YurView. We've got an exciting doubleheader for you from Catoosa. First, the two teams that are going to face off are Sand Springs and Owasso, and it's win or go home time. Hi everybody, Mike Ziegenhorn alongside my buddy Steve Marshall, and this is a great time of year if you're a high school basketball fan.
Absolutely, and as you said, do or die tonight. The two teams met twice during the regular season. Sand Springs winning both of those contests. Coach Savage wasn't sure if that was going to work in his favor here tonight, but should be a great matchup to get things rolling here this evening.
All right, let's go ahead and check out the starting lineups for these teams in tonight's game. We're going to start with the Sand Springs Sandites, led by their senior Devon Richardson, Kason Savage, Josh Minnie, Marlo Fox, and Ethan Oakley.
Richardson's the guy to watch. He's a 1,000-point scorer. He's going to play at UCO next year. He's their leader. He's their go-to guy. So pretty much how they go is how the team goes. So we'll see.
On the other side for the Owasso Rams, Aaron Potter, Trenton Ellison, Kyler Mann, Caden Fry, and Bryce Cherney.
Well, Mann is one of those guys, leads the team in scoring, but they don't really run the offense through him, which is a little unusual. Likes to attack the offensive board, so critical for Kyler Mann to have a big game tonight if they're going to continue and advance to the state tournament.
All right, the tip-off is coming up next. Sand Springs and Owasso. It is your fourth game of the week on YurView.
This summer, the eyes of the world will turn to Tokyo for the greatest show on earth, the 2020 Olympics. But don't wait. Catch the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Countdown to Tokyo. You'll get the latest news and developments on preparations for the Games, plus details about the sports involved and in-depth insights into teams, athletes, and the host city. Countdown to Tokyo. Brought to you by Fowler Dodge, Oklahoma City's only Customer First Award for Excellence winner.
From the time you're born, a gland in your brain produces growth hormone. It's what makes you stay lean, build strong muscles, and feel energetic. Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH. And by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. But what if there was a way to tell your body to get back to work and boost your GH levels again? Nugenix GH Boost uses an amino acid and botanical blend, clinically demonstrated to help your body boost its own GH levels more than 100%. Text BRAWN to 321321 to get your complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. And because most GH is produced while you sleep, GH Boost is specially formulated to help you get a deeper, more restful sleep. You'll get the boost you need to sculpt a stronger, leaner body that is sure to turn heads. Get back to work with Nugenix GH Boost. Text BRAWN to 321321 to get a complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. Text BRAWN to 321321.
If you or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Asbestos manufacturers sold deadly asbestos materials to thousands of companies, putting workers at risk. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be entitled to a portion of these funds and receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 1-800-209-4389. That's 1-800-209-4389. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Welcome back. Fourth game of the week here on the Cox Channel. Outstanding matchup. Two Frontier Conference teams matching up tonight. Let's get into our keys to the game. First, play every play. Every possession in this matchup is going to be important. Of course, these teams trying to get to state, you have to make free throws down the stretch, but most importantly, your intensity level has to be there from start to finish. Should be an outstanding matchup. Two teams very familiar with each other. Let's see what happens in this game. Back over to you guys.
Rod Thompson, Mike Ziegenhorn, Steve Marshall with you on this Saturday night. We are live in Catoosa, Oklahoma, just outside of Tulsa. And as we said in the open, Steve-O, it is do or die time, and a lot of pressure on both these teams. Owasso comes in off a win, Sand Springs in off a loss.
Yeah, and of course, Sand Springs 18-7 on the year. Owasso is 13-13. We're underway. Sand Springs controls the tip.
Sandites in their road dark uniforms, Owasso in their home white. That's Richardson with the ball first for Sand Springs. As they work around, Josh Minnie hands it off to Marlo Fox. Rams play some stellar defense, gave up just 12 points in their first half win last night against Putnam City North. Richardson gets things rolling with a 3.
Well, he's the guy that they decided that they have to keep an eye on. And of course, he's the one that's going to make Sand Spring go for the rest of the night.
Aaron Potter's pass inside, tipped away, but saved by Bryce Journey. Journey hit the game-winning shot last night, a tip-in at the buzzer to give these Rams the victory, keep them alive for a shot at getting the state. Work the ball around the perimeter. Kyler Mann loses it. And the Rams get it back. Journey. Then he lost it. Richardson's got it at midcourt, gives it off to Savage, and it's a double dribble. A little sloppy play early on.
Well, we were talking with Coach Montanati before the game, Mike, and he was talking about how he wants to see the score in the 30s. He said 40s, okay, but nowhere near the 50s. They want to play a tough defensive game and really make Sand Springs work hard to get their points.
Coach Montanati, 3rd year as the head coach, 9th year overall as a coach at Owasso. And a lot of area basketball fans might remember him. Played under Eddie Sutton at Oklahoma State from 97 through 2000. Very young Owasso team, not one senior. There you take a look at Eric Savage, his 7th year with the Sandites after 16 years and 3 state championships at Memorial. He has 100 career wins at Sand Springs. And the bucket by his son, Kason Savage, 5-0 Sandites. And that 100 career wins is notable because the 14 prior seasons at Sand Springs, they only had 92 total victories.
Wow. He's getting it done and taking his winning basketball with him to Sand Springs.
Another turnover by the Rams, and that last bucket was from Josh Minnie, not from Savage. Number 23, Josh Minnie from Sand Springs. Richardson drives and score. He is a load to handle and forces Coach Montanati to call a timeout.
Nice quick start for the Sandites as they moving the ball and they're getting to get the shot that they want. Most of those shots coming from within the paint. Good penetration, good ball movement in and around the basket, and off to a very quick 6-0 lead. Again, take a look. Getting into the paint, gets the defender off of his feet and lays it up and good. Easy basket there for Devon Richardson.
Richardson, the heart and soul of this team, averages 16 and 8. Senior, moved over to Sand Springs his sophomore season. Had 23 points last night. Late in the game, they were down 3 with 14 seconds to go in a bang-bang play. He got called for a charge. That was his 5th foul of the night. Bucket was good, so it could have been a potential game tying. And then Booker T hit their free throws and then ended up winning the game 66-60. Now Sandites full court pressure. Journey left side, 3 short. Rebound down low by Kyler Mann, puts it in.
Nice job by Mann on the offensive glass, just what we said at the top of the show. And he was able to get inside, get the rebound, and put it back in for 2.
Minnie spins, turns it over inside. Here come the Rams. Potter. Journey again, that one in and out.
That's going to be on Mann over the back. Coach Montanati talking about how young his basketball team is, and when you look at their roster, there's not a senior on the roster, much less a major contributor.
Minnie drives, throws it up left-handed. Rebound to Potter. Quickly on the move, and we're going to have a foul.
I believe that's going to Look at the replay, and you can see they're just tying his hands up.
And another Sandite foul off the inbound. That's their second team foul. Otter. And that one nearly thrown away, but tipped out of bounds by the Sandites. Sand Springs 18-7. Eric Savage took him to state 2 years ago. First time in 55 years at Sand Springs they had gone to state. At three from the outside by Trenton Ellison, and it's a 2-point game. Oakley throws it over to Richardson. Fox, Oakley, Richardson got the board. Tapped away, and who's going to come up with it?
Lots of action on the inside there, and credit both teams with really getting after the loose ball. Nobody's giving it up and conceding. As you watch the battle underneath, try to get it to one of his teammates. Ball still comes loose, and we get the whistle and the foul call, and that's going to be the second team foul on Owasso.
Called it on Kyler Mann. Nice play there. The bucket is good by Savage. It's a couple-minute dry spell for the Sandites. Long three off the back of the rim by Ellison. Josh Minnie. Tipped out of bounds off Owasso. Steal on the inbounds and then a foul. Area champs were decided last night. And then these teams are battling to get to state.
Take a look at the previous play off the inbound. Pass was deflected, and then reaching in and getting the whistle and the foul call against Sand Springs.
Little give and go from Caden Fry and Bryce Journey. Now Journey baseline, lost it.
Sand Springs got here. They beat Enid in the opening round, 61-52. Then they knocked off Broken Arrow, 59-51, before losing to Booker T. Washington, 66-60. On the other side, Owasso beat Mustang, lost to Jenks, and then won yesterday, 39-37 over PC North. Rams with the basketball, trailing by 4 here in the early going.
Left side jumper. And the Rams battling for it and come up with it. Out of bounds. Rod Thompson, a little sloppy play from both teams here early in the first quarter.
Well, I think that's what you see, Zig. We all know what's at stake in this game, and we talked about cooling your nerves. Both teams had very good games they played last night to get to this game, and now you see the jitters every possession. Both of these teams fighting for that state tournament berth, but two teams that are very familiar with each other. So you kind of expected, talking to both coaches, that you would see some early jitters. We see that now, but it'd be interesting to see how it's smoothed out and how this game ends up. Good game.
Each team now with 3 team fouls. Rebound comes to Caden Fry. Here comes Brandon Armstrong. Just got eligible a couple of weeks ago. Spent the last 2 years at Memorial High School. Top of the key three-pointer in and out from Ellison. Here comes Richardson. Savage spins away, baseline jumper, good. He's got 4, and it's a 6-point lead.
Both teams like the up-tempo game. Seen several fouls called here early, so expect to be shooting 1-and-1 probably early in that second quarter, if not midway through, as we've got 1:16 left to go here in the first.
And the turnover from Caden Fry, the sophomore, 6'7", tallest player on the team for the Rams, who lost both meetings to Sand Springs. Sandites won it in December 59-46, and then about 3 weeks ago, they won it 71-62. Many drives, the lefty, a little short. Here comes Armstrong. He's gonna attack, and got Richardson up in the air and scored.
Good job to get the defender off of his feet and put it up and good for 2.
Nearly 4 minutes between points for the Rams, who Coach Montanani admitted, hey, we're a lot better defensive team than we are offensively.
Play for one last shot, see who they make the decision for.
Richardson for 3. Nothing but net.
Wow.
That's the way the first quarter comes to an end. Sandites up 14-7.
Oh my God. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. It's called Plexiderm. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is. And I did this to my father. We were at home. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. Plexiderm makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
Not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
You can get Plexiderm for up to 50% off. Order yours at plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
$14-7 our score after 1 quarter of play. Sand Springs on top of Owasso. And Mike Ziegenhorn, Steve Marshall on the Rod Thompson, as well as our Oklahoma Ford Game of the Week right here on YurView. And it's, you better win tonight or you're either fishing or you're playing spring sports, right?
That's right. Booker T. Washington was the #1 seed. They've already advanced to the state tournament with their victory last night, as well as the Union Redskins. On the west side of the state, Edmond Memorial, Midwest City have already punched their ticket.
And so did Edmond Memorial. Southmore and Lawton and Edmond North and PC West also playing tonight to decide who goes to Tulsa starting next Thursday in town. They'll play at some neutral sites. There'll be games at ORU, and then next Friday, wall-to-wall basketball, and of course in the state championships on Saturday at ORU. Potter's 3 a little bit short, and here come the Sandites. Well, you talk about Booker T and what they've done, Steve. 42nd time they've made it to state.
I saw that. That is unbelievable. What a basketball tradition, basketball powerhouse.
One minute into the second, Marlo Fox a deep three, his first points of the game. And then also, since Union punched their ticket, Rudy Garcia in his 25th year at Union, he's taken a team to state 21 of those 25 years.
Definitely powerhouses of the eastern side of the state. I think this is, we knew going into this weekend, or after the first round of games, that you were going to have 4 teams from the east, 4 teams from the west, representing 6A boys. Of course, there's always 2 teams that make the trip from the west side and get placed in the east side of the bracket. And in this particular case, you had UConn and Putnam City North that had to travel east to play. You earned that right by having a better record, a good record throughout the regular part of the season, and how you do in those early rounds of the playoffs.
They both lost last night. Oakley lost it inside. Here comes Potter on the move. And gonna have a foul on Richardson.
In other basketball news last night, Kingfisher saw their 47-game win streak upended by Bethany. So Yellow Jackets have to win tonight to make it back to defend their title.
Yeah, how about that, 40? It's the longest in the state. And the bucket inside, Caden Fry, his first 2. Fox again. Too strong. Another foul, this one.
A lot of grabbing, reaching. Seen a lot of fouls, and the referees are really kind of letting them play. As you watch them, just watch them battle for the basketball. They call the foul there on number 12, Trevor Stone.
Quick movement by the Rams, but too quick. Fox behind the back. Nice move.
That was impressive right there.
Biggest lead of the night at 10 for the Sandites.
Someone drew a nice applause from the crowd. That was a big-time basket right there.
Rod Thompson, can you hear it? Marlo Fox, one of the top juniors in the area.
Fox, size of Fox, guys. He's been getting it done all year for this Sand Spring teams. He's had a couple of really good games, had an outstanding game against Booker T. Washington when they upset Booker T. Washington early in the season. You talk about this team, Marlo Fox and Devon Richardson, what they've been able to do for this team from a scoring standpoint has really elevated the play. And you take Coach Savage, you know he does a tremendous job, had great teams over at Memorial, and he talked about at the beginning of the season, they would go as Marlo Fox and Devon Richardson would go, and you see why they're going. 2 very good players.
Richardson with 8, Fox with 5. So 13 of their 19 points here in the first half. Trenton Ellison leading the way for Owasso with 5. Rams sitting in a zone. Like to play a lot of man, but they'll switch it up. Richardson works his way through off the glass.
Third time they've had a lead of double digits. Owasso's been able to answer back the previous 2 times. We'll see what happens here.
E.J. Armstrong throws it to Potter, working around the outside. Fry nearly threw it away. Saved by Kyler Mann. Double clutches. And here come the Sandites. Quickly down court, Fox. Josh Minnie for 3. He's got 5, and it's a 13-point edge now for the Sandites.
Well, just good execution for the Sandites. Moving the basketball around the perimeter here. You clear the boards, take it up court yourself, get the long pass, This was that move a little bit earlier, and then they pass it out, and then the left-hander knocks down the three from the outside. Now with a 13-point Sandite lead.
24-11. Sand Springs has a state championship in boys basketball.
I think we decided they're the only one of the 4 teams playing tonight that have won a state championship in boys basketball. Owasso, as you mentioned, been close a couple times. In the nightcap this evening, we've got Broken Arrow. And of course, they'll be in action against the Jenks Trojans.
Actually, it's Broken Arrow that has the state championship in '97. Not Sand Springs. Oh, Sandite fans be texting, tweeting, doing something, going, hey, thanks for giving us credit for that state title. But it was Broken Arrow who won it in '97. Rod Thompson over in the Owasso huddle. What do you got?
Thanks a lot, Zig. Just in that timeout right there, Coach Montanati telling his team, guys, we have to get out of our own way, and we still haven't settled in. Get back to the original things that got us here, executing on offense and kind of settling in. Guys, we talked about in this game who could kind of settle in early. Sand Springs has done it so far. Coach Montanati telling his team, let's run some sets right here and get back in here.
And Rod, they're a young team, no seniors at Owasso. About the Rams, very young basketball team.
Very young basketball team, and Montanati has done a tremendous job coaching this team, 1 game away from state, and have gotten guys to really buy in. I mean, of course, he played at OSU, you know, pretty hard-nosed, and got these guys to buy in and really trying to set them in. But a very young team, very talented team. Thus, you see why they're 1 game away from state.
Bucket that time by Kyler Mann. He got hacked. Trying to finish it off, does with the 3-point play. Mann's got 5.
Ethan Oakley is checked in for Sand Springs.
Now a little scramble pressure, turned over, Rams at the other end. Mann fouled as he goes up.
Got plenty of athleticism out there on both of these teams, able to get down the floor in a hurry. That was about 2 dribbles and a length of the court pass. Got it to the open man, but fouled on the way up.
Second foul on Josh Minnie. Mann's got 6 for Owasso. Hit them both. Back to an 8-point game. Minnie under pressure, throws it away. Ellison for 3, fouled and hit it. Trenton Ellison.
Chance for a 4-point play, so after that timeout that they took just a bit ago when they found themselves trailing by double digits, actually by 13, now they've got the game back to within 5 with a chance to cut it to 4.
8-0 run, trying to make it 9-0. Ellison does, he's got 9, and they're back to within 4. Just when it looked like Sand Springs was gonna run away with it. Owasso's turned up the half-court pressure and forced some turnovers, and I don't think the Sandites have even gotten a shot off.
Back and forth game so far to this point.
Oakley over to Savage. Trying to work it into Richardson. Fox, foul line jumper, good. Boy, smooth.
Smooth and quick, boy. Caught that pass and flew by the defender, pulled up jumper from about 17 feet. We got ourselves a 6-point ball game.
Ends in a Owasso 9-0 run. Sandites back up 6, nearing the 1-minute mark before the half. BJ Armstrong, his three's too strong. Comes Richardson. Savage cuts to the bucket. Left-handed basket is good.
A savage drive to the bucket, if you will.
Very nice. Pushes the lead back to 8. Armstrong nearly threw it away. Here comes Fox. Stepped out of bounds.
Well, that one I felt like as though he was kind of forced out of bounds, but they've let him play all night long. That's all you ask about officiating, is that they are consistent, and they have been very good at that tonight. Just like the teams, the referees are picked as being the best in their trade, and that's what we're seeing here tonight as we wind it down in the first half.
Ten seconds left in the half. BJ Armstrong threw it away. They nearly stole it. Richardson to Fox. That's the way the first half comes to an end. Owasso got back to within 4, but then a nice run by Sand Springs. Here's Rod Thompson with Eric Savage.
Thanks a lot, guys. Coach, your team up 28-20. They put the pressure on in that second quarter, kind of made some adjustments. What'd you think about that first half?
Well, I thought we got off to a good start. Yeah, they jumped in a press right there, and we were loose with the ball a couple times and fouled them on a 3, created 7 quick points for them. We can't do that in this type of game. So,
what'd you look to do in the second half?
We're just going to keep defending. You know, we held them to 20 points, so if we can keep defending, I like our chances.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thanks.
Coach Savage, back over to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Rod Thompson. 8-point lead at the half for the Sandites over the Rams. You're watching your Ford game of the week on YurView.
This is an urgent message from the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. There is an emergency food crisis for elderly Holocaust survivors in the former Soviet Union. These people live on pensions so small they must daily decide between buying bread or firewood to keep warm. For just $25, we'll rush an emergency survival package to help one desperate elderly person for a month. Call right now.
Call 1-800-915-1717.
In Ukraine, there's no support network. They don't have food cards or neighbors that come in to help. They're turning to us because they have nowhere else to turn.
God promises to bless those who bless Israel. May you be blessed as you bless His children.
Join the hiring revolution. At ericsjobs.com, you can post a 30-day job ad for only $25. That's right, only $25. What's the revolution? It's only $25 to post a 30-day job ad, and we reach the same candidates as those other job sites. So get in on the hiring revolution and post your jobs today for $25. Free for job seekers, great for business. ericsjobs.com, $25 job postings.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call TAX 10000 at 800-641-9288.
We are back in Catoosa, side of tonight's doubleheader basketball games, fourth game of the week. Sand Springs and Owasso, and the Sand Knights lead at 28-20. And Steve Marshall, how about those first half highlights?
Yeah, let's take a look at what we've got here for highlights. And of course, you see Sand Springs getting off to the quick start. There's a jumper in the lane that's up and good for two. Basket there by Minnie. Then from the outside, Ellison is able to answer back for the Rams. Lots of action in that first half of play. Good interior pass underneath. Finishing it off there is Carson Savage. And then Fox knocking one down from the outside. He had 7 in that first half of play. And then this is pretty fancy here. Watch Fox down the floor, behind the back, and then the reverse layup up and good for 2. And he's the man that has sparked the Sand Knights so far in this contest. Made basket there by Richardson. And then we'll watch as these final couple of highlights play out for you. This is Ellison knocking down the outside jumper for a 3. And that's where we sit right now. 8-point advantage for Sand Springs.
28-20, our halftime score, and we'll go to the break, come back, take a look at some stats. You're watching your Ford Game of the Week on YurView.
Attention! Do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? If so, listen to this important message about the IRS Fresh Start Program, a special IRS program that can potentially save you thousands by qualifying. The Fresh Start Program is one of the best programs the IRS has created to help struggling taxpayers that can't pay their taxes. Don't take on the IRS by yourself, and get ready as we are going to give you the most important number you may ever need to end your IRS nightmare. Call Tax Relief 123 now at 800-276-1292 for free information. Since qualifying for the Fresh Start Program is not automatic, Tax Relief 123 will connect you with a tax professional for a free consultation. Once you're accepted, the IRS must stop all harassing collection activities. Imagine no threatening phone calls, no wage garnishments or bank levies, and no more living in fear of the IRS. Call 800-276-1292 now to find out if you may qualify for the IRS's Fresh Start Program. Call Tax Relief 123 to speak with a tax professional for a free consultation at 800-276-1292. Call 800-276-1292.
Attention! If you're struggling with $10,000 or more in credit card debt, personal loans, collection accounts, or medical bills, it could take you decades to pay them off. Call National Debt Relief right now to see if you qualify for the Debt Reset Program. You could pay only a fraction of what you owe while you become debt-free in just 24 to 48 months. National Debt Relief is A+ rated with a Better Business Bureau. There are no upfront costs, and you could resolve your debt for a fraction of what you owe. Call 1-800-835-0151.
28-20, our halftime score. Sand Springs on top of Owasso, and Steve, a look at the first half stats.
Take a look there at things that stand out to you. Obviously, Sand Springs shooting over 50%, winning the edge in rebounds, but only by 1. And they've not taken a free throw yet tonight. 4 for 4 from the stripe for Owasso, and they've got the 8-point lead here at 28-20. This is game 1 of our doubleheader here tonight on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
Interesting thing too about, you see the free throws, 4 for 4 for the Rams. Sand Springs did not shoot a foul shot. In fact, only 4 personal fouls in the first half against Owasso, something Eric Savage was not happy with.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a lot more than that because they were letting them go in the early going, a lot of reaching fouls and things like that. But we'll see what the coaches had to say here, getting ready for the second half.
All right, second half coming up. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week right here on YurView.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Diabetics understand all too well the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can immediately reduce your pain. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 or more times daily, injecting insulin 3 or more times daily, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable.
Call or go online to order your very own Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dreams feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, Mike will send you a second set of Giza Dream Sheets absolutely free. That's 2 sets of sheets for the price of 1. Just in time for colder weather, you can get Mike's new flannel sheets, plus get a second set absolutely free. Order now.
And welcome back, fourth game of the week here on the Cox Channel. Joined here now by Owasso Coach Montanati. Your team down right now, doing that timeout. Are you telling them just really you have to settle in? You seem like you're not playing the way you used to play.
Yeah, we're not executing at all on offense, and we've gotten out of place on defense, and we've been scrambling a little bit. But we've got to, we got a lot of young guys. We got to get them in the right spot offensively and get them comfortable where they're used to scoring the basketball.
You make the adjustment with some press there, and really were able to make a run. Do you look to do a little more of that in the second half?
Yeah, we're going to try to speed the tempo up and maybe get us in some broken floor situations and maybe have them take a few quick shots to get back in the game. But we've got to settle in and believe that we're supposed to be here and that we got a chance to move on to the next round.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it, man.
Coach Montanati right there. Back over to you guys.
Man, he's tall, isn't he?
He's a big guy.
Rod's a big guy, and he's like head and shoulders above Rod. He's about 6'9". Coming up next, another Ford game of the week, high school basketball. Jinx and Broken Arrow boys, Class 6A boys. The winner, again, moves on. The loser, their season is over with. And those two teams battling for a shot to continue to play on next week.
It'll be a good contest. Some of the other games that are being played there.
It's Bill Blankenship, the Owasso football coach, out here supporting his team.
See if he can't get the running game going here.
Get something going.
In the second
he likes
half.
the defense. He's just got to get the running game going.
That's right. Well, you remember what Coach Montanati said. He wanted to keep them hopefully into the 30s, if not the 40s. And right now, Sand Springs on a pace to put 56 on the board. That was not part of the game plan.
They won last night 39-37 after leading 19-12 at the half. And they hit a shot at the buzzer. Bryce Journey on a missed three, got the rebound and tipped it in as the horn went off, and they ended up winning and moving on to tonight. PC North, of course, the team that finished runner-up in 6A last year while losing to Booker T. Washington in the 2019 state championship. And those teams that won yesterday, Union, Booker T, Edmond Memorial, Midwest City getting that extra day of rest before hitting the court next Thursday. Off the inbound, and it's going to be a foul on the Sandites.
Then they decide who plays who, but they take the highest seed from the East and or the West. They play the lowest seed in the opening round of the tournament. That's dependent upon how you did coming in to the state tournament. So still things to be decided yet for those that are in action tonight.
Fox left side. Richardson, good forward. And then he's fouled.
Got some athletes on this floor here. And, even the big guys, a lot of times big guys don't move as well as some of the others, but the big guys do a good job of getting around and playing in the paint, getting rebounds and skying high.
Savage for three. And rebound comes to Kyler Mann. Minute in, nobody scored here in half number 2. Got to win to keep playing in March.
Mann had 7 in the first half, but most of those came early from my recollection, Zig, and they're going to look to him to probably turn it up more offensively here in the second half.
Sandites in a zone. And of course, Owasso to shoot deep. Savage, that went in and out, and a foul against the Sandites. That's Oakley's second foul. First team foul here in the, rather second team foul on the Sandites here in the second half. Now they're applying a little track pressure. Another three, no good. And that one thrown away.
Almost 2 minutes in, neither team has put any points on the board. A little sloppy to begin the second half of play here. See who can tighten it up first. Probably going to help decide who's going to take this game in the long run. Sandites had the biggest lead in that first half. They were up by 13 when they led it 24-11.
Josh Minnie on the steal. Savage passes it up. Pass flip inside, jump ball. Gonna go to the Rams. Owasso started their season 1-4. They just kind of flip-flop wins and losses throughout the year, but got hot near the end, Steve. They went 6-3 in their last 9 games.
Well, that's the way you want to do it, is play your best basketball towards the end of the season. Talked about a very, very young team for Owasso. They got a lot to look forward to the next couple of years as far as their future is concerned. They want that to begin right here tonight, though.
Richardson, baseline, off the glass, and scores and gets fouled.
And he is explosive. When he decides he's going to the basket, you better be ready, because he takes off. Watch this explosion as well. We're going to see the end of the play here as he gets the basket and the and one opportunity.
And he finishes off the old-fashioned three-point play, leading scorer in the game tonight. He's got 13.
Back to a double-digit lead for Sand Springs. Now they're going to show some token pressure. Like a 1-2 trap, perhaps, defensively. Nice block in the corner, yeah. Josh Minnie getting the big left hand up there.
Sand Springs, meanwhile, started their season a perfect 10-0 before losing to Jinx. Then they beat Booker T back in January. They are 18-7. Trying to pick up that 19th win and make it a state appearance for the second time in 3 years. Minnie with the block, that time on Ellison. Fox right down the middle. He throws it in right-handed.
He is fun to watch.
A 9-0 run now by Sand Springs to push the lead back to 13. DJ Armstrong. Potter, in and out. Rams can't get a shot to go. Savage. 1-on-2.
Good defense as he got the hand on the ball and then stripped him as he was going to the basket. The ball went off of Savage's leg out of bounds, and Owasso gets it.
Rod Thompson, Owasso trouble shooting the basketball, so what do they need to do to get some easier shots against that zone?
Well, Sand Springs has done a good job of trying to extend that zone and making them shoot, you know, playing back. You can penetrate the zone either with the dribble or the pass. Look for Owasso to try to get it in the pass, get it to the high post to Fry, and try to get some easier baskets out of the zone because they're not making threes, but most importantly, probably a timeout here. Just about 90, but you got to stop the Devon Richardson show right now, getting it done. So a great job on the defensive end, but not getting stops on the offense. offensive end. This Sand Springs team is very explosive. As you can see, can rally all points. A 35-20 lead right now. Danger zone right now for this young Owasso team.
Richardson 5 points here in the second half.
7-0 run for Sand Springs to start the half, and you can see we've got a lot of talented players out here on the floor. Fox just one of them. As I mentioned earlier in one of his baskets, just as Rod said too, just so explosive. When he decides he's going to the basket, you better have good positioning and be ready to go.
Fox at 48 points in their 2 wins last weekend. And then Richardson, 1,000 career points at Sand Springs, a career best as a sophomore against his same Owasso team, not the same players, but against Owasso, he had 44. And as a sophomore, Richardson came in and helped that team make their first state appearance in 55 years. Trying to guide him back there again, and right now they are riding the strength of his 15 points, and that's the difference in this one. Fry with the rebound, partially blocked, but gets it to go. First points of the second half for the Rams. Mini shot blocked. Took him nearly 5 minutes to score here in quarter number 3. Here comes Potter. Rebound to Savage. Minnie the lefty for 3, nothing but net. And a foul. He's got a shot at a 4-point play.
Wow. Big man Caden Fry didn't think that he got him. Take a look on the replay. Little fadeaway from back in the corner. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Sand Springs continues to expand that lead.
Minnie finishes it off. Up 17 now. Be a tough mountain to climb for Owasso. They only scored 20 points in the first half, and now they're down 17. Richardson with the block.
With authority. He put the hammer down on that one.
In the third quarter last night, the Rams only scored 4.
Cale Askew is checked in for Sand Springs. He took those last 2 3-point attempts.
Richardson, another block. Here come the Sandites. Fox. No good. Askew's got it. And they slow it down. Rod Thompson.
Now, Owasso not matching the intensity right now that Sand Springs is playing with. And look, on that offensive end, you haven't seen Owasso get to the free throw line. One way is to attack that pressure, slow it down. It can kind of serve as a timeout. And when it does, you can make some points while the clock is stopped. But again, tutoring right there with a young team. Interesting to see how Owasso is going to respond here.
Right there with a 3 from Caden Fry. He's got 7-5 here in the second half. All 5 points for the Rams. Askew lays it in. Rams working against that zone. Journey's shot is good. His first points of the game. Sandites should go for the last shot. jump ball stays with the Sandites with 8.9 left in the third.
Armstrong checking back in for the Rams. Looking for a stop here to get any momentum they can.
The floater from Fox. And the third quarter comes to an end. It's a 15-point Sand Springs lead. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week on YurView.
Attention! Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months? You may be entitled to compensation. Call Zantac Claims now for a free legal case review. The FDA has warned that Zantac and other medications containing heartburn drug ranitidine may be contaminated with cancer-causing agent NDMA. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer, like bladder, kidney, colon, or rectal or stomach cancer, after using Zantac or other heartburn medications regularly, call Zantac Claims right now for a free consultation. Our network of attorneys have years of experience and are ready to fight for you. You may be owed significant compensation. Consult your physician prior to discontinuing use of any medication.
Please call 800-432-9875. That is 800-432-9875.
(43-28) the score here in Catoosa tonight. It's the Ford Game of the Week. Sand Springs comfortably in front, but Rod Thompson, 8 minutes to go in this basketball game. What do both sides need to do?
Well, I think if you're Sand Springs right now, you keep the intensity going. You have momentum on your side. You be selective with shots, but you don't totally slow down. You keep pushing. If you're Owasso right now, try to get a three-pointer down, but you have to be aggressive on the offensive end. Try to get into the teeth of that zone defense. Try to get some easy baskets. And if a shot goes up, everybody but the point guard has to crash that board to try to get second chance points.
Third quarter scoring. 15 for the Sandites, just 8 for the Rams. And a quick 2 to start quarter number 4. Kyler Mann finally gets something going here in the second half. And then a Sandite turnover. And the Rams turn it right back over. Fox drives. No, fouled on the floor.
That was just bad luck for Owasso. It looked like they were going to get their second basket in a row. Pass was deflected right at the last second, ends up going off to the backboard. Otherwise, I think Owasso would have had possession.
Eric Savage wants a timeout. Called an inbounds play and didn't go the way he wanted, so he said, give me a 30. Savage talking to his team, 43-30. Marlo Fox has done a great job running things for the Sandites. Rod Thompson, what about Marlo?
You talk about Marlo Fox and what he's able to do, and he's epitome of working hard, continue to push, and persevering. This is a young man that last year played limited minutes, wasn't really a go-to guy as far as scoring the basketball, but a couple things about him. Outstanding attitude. He works and does whatever his coach wants him to do. The jump that he made from the summer to now and last year is really, really impressive to be the leading scorer of this team and leading, and him and Devon Richards have done a tremendous job. But Marlo Fox is the epitome of working hard, doing what you're asked to do, and it pays big dividends. A lot of young players can learn from him.
Thanks a lot, Rod Thompson. Richardson now has 17 after you're scoring off that inbound play. And the lead continues to be at 15 for the Sandites. 1 minute into quarter number 4. Good crowd. Gym starting to fill up. Broken Arrow Jenks will be next. Jenks a tough loss to their rival Union last night. And BA pulled away from UConn in the second half to win that game. That guaranteed that we'll have 4 East and 4 West Side teams, as Steve mentioned earlier, at state next week. Kyler Rand drives and gets hacked. Call it on Richardson. That's his third.
That becomes a little bit of an issue. He looks over towards the bench to see if Coach Savage is making any move, not at this particular time anyway.
Man's got 10. And he hit them both. Now again, the pressure, half-court trapping pressure from the Rams. Savage to Minnie. Easy right to the bucket. Minnie's got 11. Now Brian Montanati calls a timeout. Hey, the world gathers in Las Vegas for the largest consumer electronics show on the planet. And Driven is there to find out the latest in auto tech and gadgets. Host Tom Gregory explores the future of self-driving vehicles, flying cars, and a new SUV that is ready to take on Tesla. Plus, we're going to meet a man who's creating works of art on vehicles in tribute to military families. Sunday night, 8 o'clock, Driven, only on YurView. Check it out. How about, I'm thinking Back to the Future, you know,
Yeah,
self-driving,
like
flying cars. Where's Marty McFly?
There you go, that's who be the featured guest.
And Doc.
Oh yeah.
Rod Thompson was over in the Sand Springs huddle, Rod.
During that timeout, Coach Savage really talked about keeping the intensity and being strong with the basketball. With 5:56 left, they know that Owasso is going to come out and try to apply more pressure. He talked about moving the ball with the pass instead of a bounce and continue to move it around and get open layups and continue to be aggressive. Back over to you.
Each team with just 4 second-half fouls. Now make it number 5 as Oakley picks up a foul. So still no 1-1 for either team. And 5:52 to go in this one.
See if Owasso's.
Actually, that is now the 16th foul against the Sandites. So the next one, the Rams will shoot no matter what. Ellison hung in the lane and couldn't get it to go. Here come the Sandites. Savage for 3. Got it this time. Finally hit one. He was so frustrated after missing 2 earlier.
Such a smooth release of the basketball. Right on the money. Armstrong at the free throw line for Owasso. Substitution coming in for Sand Springs. Trevor Stone, 5'8" sophomore, checking in for Coach Savage, as is Askew, who will check in after this free throw.
Armstrong hits the first. His first points here in the second half. And got them both. And then Richardson pushed from behind by Kyler Mann.
Right, and just a little too close as we will get into the bonus situation. Owasso is there already, and now Sand Springs not far behind.
Jason Clark, who had checked in from the Ram pressure, traveled before he dribbled. So a turnover from the Sandites.
You can only do that in the NBA.
Up to 7 steps.
Yeah, right.
And a spin move by Mann and another foul. They're really pounding the ball inside, aren't they, and getting fouls?
Well, it's 18 fouls now against Sand Springs. So 2 more, and they'll be shooting 2 rest of the way. Here's a look, nice bounce pass, good spin move, and a little too much traffic in there in the middle.
Mann missed the first. He was to shoot 2 as he was shooting. Got the second. He's got a dozen to lead the way for the Rams. Again, full court pressure. And they're scrambling all over the court. Richardson off the glass, and he's fouled.
Aaron Potter underneath, whistle for the foul. That's his second.
Richardson solid at the line. He's got 18. Make it 19. Past his average. As Josh Binney checks back in for the Sandites. Bogged down a little bit here in the fourth. A lot of fouls the last 2 minutes. Spin move by Mann. Rebound by Savage, who got poked in the eye.
Take a look at the replay once again. Ball goes up and reaching inside. Did not get called for the foul, did Caden Fry, but you could tell by the reaction. Obviously shaking up a little bit, but right back to the action we go.
Savage, middle of the lane. Here come the Rams. And then Clark gets called for the foul. 9th team foul now against the Sandites. They had 9 in the first half.
So after this one, 2 free throws the rest of the way for Owasso. They got to get some stops on defense if they're going to get back in this one.
Ellison now with 10 in double figures, make it 11. So Ellison and Mann each have double-digit points. Another turnover by the Sandites. Mann and 1. Richardson may have picked up his 4th.
Attack the basket. That's what you called for just a little bit ago. That's what he does, sliding over, but too late. You can still see the feet moving there for Richardson as he picked up the foul.
Stop, but continue to add the pressure right now. And notice Sand Springs has changed from going north and south and getting layups. Now they're going east and west with a lot of their passes. And Owasso doing a really good job. Great adjustment by Coach Montanati.
They've cut the lead down to 13. And Rod. Owasso continues to attack the basket and pick up fouls, don't they?
And that's a big clue, and that's what you're saying. They're just being a lot more aggressive. And on their threes, they're crashing the board, so it makes a big difference. Just got to get stops defensively and continue to apply the pressure.
And Richardson drives in. He's got 21 now. B.J. Armstrong. Tip in. Good, but they're going to wipe it off. It's going to be a foul on man.
Good effort. Just not without an infraction. As you get a look there, watch number 11 in white right there, and he just goes over the back of Richardson, and he picks up the foul. And that's all for Mr. Mann.
So Kyler Mann fouls out with 14. The 6'4" junior gets a nice hug and word of encouragement from Coach Brian Montanati. He is the team's leading scorer, 13.5 a game. Caden Fry averages 12, Ellison averages 10. And the free throw is good by Richardson. And he hits them both. He's got 23.
Jason Clark riding him just a little bit too tight. That's the one thing they don't want to do, is get an unnecessary foul and stop the clock and put Owasso back at the free throw line. Right now they've got a 17-point advantage with just over 3 minutes remaining to go in the ball game.
Armstrong's got 5 now as he hits that one. It's back to 16. Rebounded by Richardson. Fox, double team. Sandite's going to spread things out and work the clock. And then Savage is going to get fouled by Trenton Ellison. 2:49 to go here in Catoosa. That shot by Savage, no good. Potter scores his first points of the game. And another timeout from Brian Montanati makes it 56-42. Just take a look at the 12-footer. Rattles in.
Don't forget game 2 of our doubleheader coming up after this one. Jenks and Broken Arrow, same situation. Winner goes to state, and the loser thinks about next year. Got some good basketball teams in the state of Oklahoma. I'm very impressed with the Sand Springs squad and also with the talented youth that Owasso has.
Well, looking at the favorites in Class 6A, probably Booker T and Southmore. But then you look at what Sand Springs did. They beat Booker T and took them to the wire last night.
Balance. When you talk about being inside and out, of course, Booker T is probably the most complete team when you talk, but anything can happen. You've seen Sand Springs beat them earlier year. Southmore definitely was up there as a favorite. They got beat by Putnam City West, who is much improved and playing extremely well, and Midwest City, who beat Putnam City West. So, you give Booker T the edge, but it's really up in the air. A lot of good teams.
Yeah, there are. Very balanced field, it would appear, this year. Just seems too, Mike, that the youth are breaking through so much earlier, and I think we've talked about that on a previous broadcast, where so many more people are more involved with the game of basketball now, and parents getting their kids, whether it's to Thunder camps or AAU basketball, just the quality, the level of play is a lot better than it was even 5-6 years ago. And don't get me wrong, there were some good basketball players in that stretch too.
Still a 14-point lead. Richardson missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Now 19 fouls against Owasso. So both teams will be shooting the double bonus from here on out. Fox comes down with it. And another foul, this one from, looks like it's going to be Bryce Journey. And that is his first 10th team foul, and that means 2 shots for Marlo Fox.
He may not have the points that Richardson has, but I really like the way he handles the basketball. His moves, change of direction, can get the open look. Very solid all-around basketball player. Coach Savage wants to take a timeout and talk about how he wants to finish his final 2:22 with Sand Springs on top, leading it by 15.
You can watch the replay of this game and the next one twice in the next couple of days. Tomorrow at noon and 1:30, and then Tuesday at 7 and 8:30. That means you'll get Sand Springs and Owasso at noon and 7, and BA and Jinx at 1:30 and 8:30 on Sunday and Tuesday. Or you can go to YouTube and search Ford Game of the Week and check out any of this action that we see here tonight. Some girls 6A action from earlier today. Sapulpa won, so they head to state as they beat Mustang 66-57. And then Ponca City with a big time upset over the Booker T girls 68-64. At one point, Booker T girls were undefeated, ranked #1 in Class 6A, and then hit some hard times late in the season. We did the game where they played Union, and Union just controlled them from start to finish. And it's kind of been back and forth for Booker T ever since then. And Rabu Leva and his Booker T girls are now out.
Still like what those Norman girls have to offer. They're the defending champs. Talent up and down that lineup. I think they've got 3 girls ranked in the top 60 by ESPN. They're a very talented group, and they're going to be hard to knock off.
Well, they beat Sapulpa on Thursday 61-42. And Sapulpa's good. They've got 3 really good young girl players on their basketball team.
You look at Coach Savage trying to tell his team and relay to them what they need to do to finish this off.
Armstrong couldn't get the 3 to go. Hit 1 of 2 foul shots.
A couple of good opportunities there for Owasso. The ball just wouldn't fall in for him. And now the clock stopped with 2:06 left to play.
And Rod's got some more thoughts. Rod?
2:06 left. Of course, a lot of basketball left, and Sand Springs has to try to take care of business. But if they do, we talk about the job that Coach Eric Savage has done here. I mean, over 100 wins this past week at Sand Springs, 400 total. Done a tremendous job at Memorial. State championships there before taking over and talking to him about what it would mean to get this bid to state. He did it in 2018 at Sand Springs with his older son, Colt. Now he gets to do it with younger brother if they can take care of business with right around 2 minutes left. Great coach, outstanding job.
Thanks a lot, Rod Thompson. And Armstrong's fouled by Savage. Savage hit the free throw, so he's got 10. That is 4 players now tonight. And he got poked in the eye a couple of minutes ago, Steve, and he's feeling some of the effects of that a little bit. It's been a long fourth quarter, a lot of fouling, timeouts, foul shots. Richardson hits them both. Steal the inbound. And then another foul from Owasso. And we'll walk it back to the other end. You know, the West Side has dominated basketball, especially in 6A, for a few years. Last year, there was only 2 East Side teams that made the state tournament. It was Booker T and Sapulpa.
Yeah, a lot of years, it's easy to say. Obviously, East Side has ruled football. Basketball kind of owns. The West Side owns the basketball, but pretty balanced this year, no question.
Fox working against the pressure, gets fouled by Journey.
1:37 left as Fox goes back to the free throw line.
Some other 6A girls scores. Choctaw beat Putnam City West 60-53, and Edmond North a winner over Midwest City 70-42.
This is the second.
Yeah, he had 1 of 2. And it's back to 15. Pretty much where they've settled about midway through that second quarter. Owasso made a little bit of a run to cut it to 4, but for the most part, Sand Springs has been able to hold a 15-point lead most of this game. Caden Fry finishes it off. Minnie pulls it back out. Final minute of this one. And he's fouled as he goes to the bucket.
Like the Caden Fry kid too, obviously, when you look at him and see that, you know, he's just a sophomore, 6'7". A lot of times guys that are sophomores and 6'7" haven't really caught up with their body, but in this case he has.
And Minnie hits that foul shot, Rod.
People forget, they're down 1 starter and another kid off of the bench who had a huge key role in some of their biggest victories. So they're missing 2 of their better players, you know, on the team. So again, a tremendous job that Eric Savage has done with this ball club and the leadership of Devon Richardson and Marlo Fox.
Yeah, you're talking about Darren Hawkins, a senior. He hurt his ACL, and Jaden Hurd, a junior, also hurt his ACL. Marlo Fox's dad has been going through some medical issues. So there's a lot more going on than just what they have on the basketball court. And they don't have a very deep bench.
Ryan Shoemaker going to check in now, 6'2" sophomore for Sand Springs.
Minnie hits both of them. He's got 15. And that one goes out of bounds. Southmore has advanced to state, Steve, as they beat Lawton 47-32, the final in that one.
Yeah, Lawton beat them at the John Nobles tournament in January, so Southmore returning that favor Tim Stogsdill in his group making it to the state tournament. He's got a pretty loaded staff as well.
And it looks like Sand Springs is going to punch their ticket. Ryan Montnati unloading the bench. And the Sandites will run out the clock. So 6 of the 8 teams are set for next week. Edmond North and PC West. And Jinx and Broken Arrow will decide the final 2 spots when they tip off here in about 15 minutes. Devon Richardson had a big night. 23 points, crashing the boards, had a couple of blocked shots, and the Sandites return to state with a 14-point win and their 3rd victory of the season over the Owasso Rams. And for the 2nd time in 3 years, Eric Savage gets to hug one of his sons, and they head back to the state tournament.